Elon Musk goes scorched earth. He's absolutely gone after Donald Trump, accused him of being with Epstein, wanting him impeached. See, Pastor Marty, your assessment that this was a 4D chess move, it's all wrong. Will you just relax, breathe, have a cup of coffee?
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty, and this is the Afternoon Drive. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That will give you notification of my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. It's the only way that we get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of the Afternoon Drive. Okay, one of two things is happening here. Either A, this whole thing is a farce being staged by Elon Musk and Donald Trump, that it's the ultimate troll, or B, Elon Musk has lost his mind. It's one of those two scenarios. And I came out ahead of all this and I said, you have some 4D chess going on. That Tesla took a huge hit because of Elon Musk's association with Donald Trump. We know not only were they dropping in stock value, but obviously there were dealerships being burned. Private Tesla owners were having their vehicles vandalized. Blue states were refusing literally to do anything about it. And when people were caught in the act of vandalizing these cars in blue states and in blue municipalities, they were not even given a slap on the wrist. They were just allowed to go home. Absolutely no consequence for the action. And a lot happened to Elon Musk and his business, and he has a board he has to answer to as well. The bottom line, I think that there was this little backroom conversation where Elon said, I'm stepping away from Doge. I got to go take care of my own business. And they did this little back and forth because that would obviously drive the libloons out to, try to court Elon Musk back to themselves, and it would get them to stop burning dealerships and to stop keying cars and maybe even buy some stock. Okay, there's that part of it. I did explain that there is an ideological difference between Donald Trump and Elon Musk over debt. Donald Trump, as a businessman, isn't worried about debt. As long as he can pay it, he will use debt as a tool. Elon Musk, obviously, doesn't want there to be the debt. Now, can we get real here for just a minute? Let's really get real here. These trillions in national debt, 90% of it we owe internally. We don't owe this to another country. We don't owe this to an outside entity. We owe it to ourselves. These are junk bonds, if you will, that the government uses to fund itself. And at very best, Donald Trump or any conservative MAGA-type presidential leader, at best, is the captain of the Titanic. Let me say that again. At best, he's the captain of the Titanic, trying to keep the ship afloat longer. At the end of the day, what would really be required to kill the national debt, not one American in this country would put up with. There literally would be riots in the streets and a violent overthrow, because it would absolutely kill the economy to save the economy. And no president is going to do that. Elon Musk is not going to do that. And there was a shred of truth in what Donald Trump was saying in some of the attack that he was receiving from Elon. It does affect Elon's bottom line that all of the EV mandates are gone from the big, beautiful bill. In other words, the government will no longer be subsidizing green electric vehicles and buying thousands of them to use as mail trucks and government vehicles, etc., etc., etc. And so, yes, the bottom line of Tesla seriously affected by the big, beautiful bill. That's true. However, again, the wink wink behind closed doors of this little 4D chess move the two of them have got going on, where he loses money from the handout from the government that he won't be receiving and the government contracts he won't be receiving. He gains in stock value and in purchases as the Libloons go running to save Elon to bring Elon back on Team Liberal. But here's the deal. In poker, there is always a tell. I don't care how good a poker player is, there's always a tell. There's something they do that it gives it away. Because again, the way God designed you and I as humans, it is instinctive within us that when we're lying or we're covering something up or we're exaggerating something, somehow in some way in our body language, in our eyes, in our voice inflection, somehow, some way, we tell on ourselves. And the tell that this is a big blow up of hyperbole between Donald Trump and Elon Musk was when Elon Musk said Donald Trump was with Epstein, that's why the files aren't being released. I mean, that was it. That bait was so rich and so fat and so juicy that the liberal media and the liberals on Capitol Hill jumped at it immediately. And that's when I said, they got him, and they got him good. And this might even be a Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, all of them in on this working together. We'll see. We'll see. Because here's the bottom line. If there was anything in that Epstein file, and I know his lawyer came out today and said there's nothing in that Epstein had nothing on Donald Trump that would hurt Donald Trump. In other words, he was saying Donald Trump was never at the island, the party island. He's just never there. And he didn't do anything with underage girls. A whole lot of Democrats did, i.e. Bill Clinton. But you're talking that for the last 4 years, the Democrats, i.e. the Biden administration and their Department of Injustice, use lawfare to go after Donald Trump for everything from real estate to a so-called rape of E. Jean Carroll or whatever her name is, 25 years ago in Bergdorf's. If there was anything in that Epstein file on Donald Trump, it would have been released already. That was the tell. Elon knows that. But now you've got the Democrats screaming, release the file! Now, of course, Joe Biden would have never released the file because it's very incriminating to Democrats. But now the Democrats are screaming and claiming, we want to see the file! Okay. I'm telling you, everybody just relax, breathe. Again, are there things in the big, beautiful bill I'm not thrilled with? Yeah. Are there things in that big, beautiful bill that are really good? Yeah. And it's funny. The Democrats had no problem with the Biden infrastructure ballooning of our debt, and that provided nothing for the American people. I told you this yesterday, and I will say it again. Donald Trump's intent with Doge in finding all of the wasteful spending was not to end those dollar amounts. Don't miss this. This is key into understanding how Donald Trump thinks. So if they found, say, $250 billion in wasteful spending, well, Musk is out there as if we're not going to spend this money anymore. And Donald Trump is like, not so fast. We're just not going to spend it on that stuff anymore. Now I want to spend it on this stuff. Now, there are reports coming out that there was some internal fighting amongst some of the Trump cabinet members and Elon Musk. It's well known that Marco Rubio is certainly not an Elon fan. And you've got even the Speaker of the House giving measured, careful responses to the Elon Musk attack of, gee, this was really unfortunate, unnecessary. We know that this big, beautiful bill is Trump's signature deal. I mean, there's a lot in there that is about investing in the real infrastructure of America, which means into American lives. And so, yes, it's another shift of Republicans that it is a form of expanding the government to, quote, truly benefit the American people. It's what the liberals have always given lip service to, but then as they expanded the government, it became intrusive, overbearing, over-regulatory. It became the nanny state, restricting of our rights, and that money was actually being used to fund all kinds of things that go absolutely against the laws of nature and normalcy. Relax, breathe, enjoy your weekend.